All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what set me if it could flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out the side. Me have to take away me say. Have to take away me say. I have to utilize I weeds. Shorty I cleave her eyes. I said, go with me say. I have to utilize I weeds. Shorty I clean berries. I said, been there, done that, don't need it again, yeah. I'm not a master, guess who won't play your game, yeah. To all you move, you off me way to the core. Sayonara, and girl gone through the door. Take away ourselves. Ah,
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. This is Franco along with Flavius. Morning, Flavius.
Good morning, Franco. Good morning, listeners, viewers. Welcome again to the Real Stuff podcast.
Yes,
We are having a sunny, bleaky morning, if you can understand that.
A little bit of sun when it's ready,
Yeah,
and then it
sun
go
is-
back in.
Yeah, it's bleaky. Yeah, we have been having that from Saturday.
Okay, we've been having a little of that too this morning as well. So
Yeah,
I guess it's something that is drifting throughout
Yeah.
in the Caribbean too.
yeah.
So what's in your cup?
Yep. Well, nothing yet. We soon put some ginger in there.
Oh yeah, put some
But
ginger in
what's
there.
what's in my glass is a different question.
Oh yeah, drink some juice this morning.
Yesterday, well, not yet, but I will. Yesterday, I blend up some carrot and ginger,
Not bad, not bad.
and and then I added some freshly squeezed sour orange juice in it. I know they say sour orange have a lot of vitamin C,
Yeah.
and that mix is so wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
No sugar added. Everything, authentic.
Okay.
But the taste is so good.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes so nice. Yeah, man.
All right, I hear you.
Tastes really good, man.
Excited to have you upon your toes this
I'm
morning.
sorry, this is good. Yeah, and the ginger was a sharp ginger. Feel it in your throat, man. And then the carrot give it some body. Nice, man.
Okay.
Very nice.
Anyway, before we get into your Did You
Very
Know
nice.
this morning, I have a song I want to play. Get it from Michael Anthony Bell this morning, coming out of his production.
Okay.
And it's only fitting to play it because Michael has been a part of the team for the last
Wonderful, man.
month or so, 2 months or so.
Yeah, man.
and
Yeah.
a talented
man.
musician, because I also have, there's a lot of stuff I have coming out of Portland this morning.
Okay.
Because there's a video also I'm
Okay.
showing on the main screen, and that is also from Portland.
Yes.
So we know good things in Portland, good things
Oh,
in
yes.
Jamaica.
Oh, yes.
So
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna
Oh,
play
yes.
this song. I know it's something about Jamaica, and then we're gonna get back to you with Did You Know?
Yes. Okay. No problem.
All right.
Yeah, man, the maddest, the baddest, and the greatest. All of us. Abranda, tell them, come now, Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica. Come now, Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaican rise like the morning sun, shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light, just rise like the morning sun, shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light. It no matter where you come from, you know we ready. It no matter where you go, you know we dead. Ready man, ready, and you know we heavy. Up a lane, down a lane, through sun and through rain. Stand up is up, no matter fall in vain. We no want no alibi and we no want no complain. It is a shame, but no matter call no man name. Too much sorrows and too much pain, just rise like the morning sun, shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light, just rise like the morning sun, shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light. Don't deal with love or fall like rain. United we stand, but divide is not the same. We want love in the house, in each and everywhere. Cause right you know we have to find extra gear. Cause the journey is long and the ending not near. Desolate places, sometimes we happy because we hunting, because the food have to share. Come me say we coming up this year. Just rise like the morning sun, shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light. Just rise like the morning sun, shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light. Focus nowadays we even pain. Now I could me, you couldn't give me the blame. All me answer, me heart is pure and clean. Who make nowadays killing machine? And them issue out give all the human being. When man come a street, then looking so mean. If you don't know what I'm talking, try see what I mean. Your hands and your heart have it pure and clean. Just rise like the morning sun, shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light. Just rise like the morning sun, shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light. Come now, Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica. Come now, Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaican rise like the morning sun, shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light. Just rise like the morning sun, shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light. Just rise like the morning sun, shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light. Just rise like the morning sun, shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light.
Yes, big tune indeed. Coming out of the stable of Michael and Tony Bell. So we're gonna bring in Flavius with Did You Know? Flavius.
Yeah. Okay. You ready now?
Yes.
Man.
Go ahead.
This morning we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue this morning with festivals, and you guessed it, another food festival. This is the Trelawney Yam Festival. Did you know that the parish of Trelawney is the yam capital of Jamaica? But it's also the birthplace of two of Jamaica's most celebrated athletes, sprinters in particular, Veronica Campbell-Brown and Usain Bolt. Celebrating each year on Easter Monday, the festival attracts thousands of Jamaican and visitors alike. The Trelawney Yam Festival started in 1997 as a way to fundraise to support the local community. Organized by the Southern Trelawney Environmental Agency, the festival celebrates yam, an important food of the people of South Trelawney and the entire Jamaica. Although the highlight of the festival is the celebration of the culture of Trelawney and its main crop, yam, the festival has many exciting activities and competition for participants. The Yam Fest includes innovative yam productions like yam cake, yam bun, and other baked items where cooked yam substitute for flour. There is also yam pudding, yam punch, yam wine, which many people have described as much effervescence and just as potent as ordinary wine. Food stalls abound, in the event with various type of yam production. You can get all kind of yams to eat: roast yam, boiled yam, fried yam, anything yam. You can get at this festival. Activities of the day include product competition for schools and a culinary competition and demonstration with illustrations of the creative use of yam by community members and students. They also include music and dance, and the wildly entertaining Trelawney Yam Festival features such highlights as yam balancing races, best dressed goat and donkey, and the crowning of the yam king and queen. Yam is one of Jamaica's most popular grown provisions. The root vegetable was brought from West Africa in the ships that brought the slaves as foods for the slave. Yam quickly became a staple food on plantations throughout the Caribbean and can be found in many traditional local dishes and soups. There are over 18 different varieties of yam in Jamaica. Most of these varieties are grown in the parish of Trelawney, which accounts for 60% of all the yams that Jamaica produce. And of that, 50% of the yams that are exported. The most popular is yellow yam. Jamaica exports goes to West Indies communities in the United States, Canada, the UK, and elsewhere. But those three are the ones that the exports go to. Yam festivals are celebrated all throughout Africa, continent, and the diaspora, including large annual celebrations in Ghana and Nigeria. And we know that yam is very, very special in Africa. Very, very special, very powerful. In 2004, the Trelawney Yam Festival had a record of 18,000 people in attendance. And that's your Did You Know for this morning. So you didn't know about yam and the Yam Festival? There you go.
My own homeland, north or south, feel free to wander about. You can jump, dance, or sing.
So in case you didn't know, now you know. We're going to be linking up in a few minutes with Teddy Laidley with the really current this morning.
And you will see just what I mean. Just take my advice, everyone is nice. You feel like royalty, my friend. Pulsating, vibrating, reggae, reggae, reggae. Very sky, rock, a steady mental. A quadrillion, a coming up. You can fill your belly with the coconut jelly, mango, papa, cane and guinea. There's a key in a saltfish and a roast yam and banana. Curried goat and a managed water. The Sunday special if you like a revival. Catholic, Baptist or Pentecostal. The house of Jah is there, have no fear. Walk right ahead and get your share. I'm walking on sand. I'm holding your hand. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. In my own homeland. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. A homeland, my own homeland. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. My own homeland.
Yeah, the system gets me down. I'm leaving town.
Yes, my listeners. This morning we have with us none other than the man himself, Teddy Laidley, with a really current in Jamaica, the Caribbean, and around the world. Top of the morning, Teddy, top of the morning.
Well,
Teddy.
Yeah.
All right, top of the morning, sir. Couldn't hear you a while ago.
Well, I'm just saying.
Can't hear him.
Cutting out.
You're cutting out on us this morning, man.
Let me try and call you.
You see, all right then, all right. So the whole place flavors, I tell you.
Yeah, man.
The whole place need for wire up, man. The need for wire up big time. What I'm saying about the internet, what's happening down there?
Not a word, my friend, not a word.
Oh, man.
The minister gave this big speech in December, say him have a third party coming in January.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
January is almost ended. But not a word.
All right, Teddy coming in. Teddy coming in again. Let's see if we have Teddy this time.
Well, I'm here.
All right.
We
have you now. We have you this time.
All right. I just wanted to say that last week was a very interesting week. That was the Monday the 8th. We have the celebration of Martin Luther
King's Day. Yeah, it was King's
statue.
Day. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talk about the statue being mounted in Atlanta, the 18-feet statue, a bronze statue. By Jamaican Basil Watson, who just happened to be the person selected from the 8th. Follow on the 20th with the inauguration. Oh, very, very interested that and at the time he was being when he was for 2 months and 1 day when he was speaking on Wednesday, and on the Saturday.
You might have to use the magic jack this morning.
You hear me? Right.
Yeah, you might have to use the magic jack.
Right on my.
Hold on. Let me take it off the air. 1 minute. Don't say it yet.
This is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. I really love you, baby. Really love you, baby. Want you forever.
Yes, we're back with Teddy. Okay, Teddy, Go ahead now.
No, I was just saying last week was a very interesting week because on the 18th, which was last Monday, we had celebrate the life and work of Martin Luther King Day, and we just was talking about the statue being erected in Atlanta, and the sculpture for that statue was none other than Basil Watson, a Jamaican, who made it to the top against 80 other persons selected across the United States.
True.
And Barry Watson was noted for his work doing the statue of Usain Bolt, Asafa Powell, Merlin Ottey, Veronica Brown, Shelley Ann Fraser, Herb McKinley. Then followed the Wednesday, you have the inauguration of the oldest president. When Biden was sworn in, he was 2 months and 1 day. And as a matter of fact, he was 78 days older than President Reagan when he left office in 1989. Now, what is also interesting, on that date, there was the 22-year-old poet Amanda Gorman,
Oh, yes.
who happened to be the youngest inaugural poet in memory. And she made history. So within that 1 day, history of the youngest poet at the inaugural, history had been the first female vice president on that day. So, and then the other, on a sad note, the Saturday, we have the death of Larry King, who, as person noted, one of the leading broadcaster and voice for over half a century.
Yeah, man.
So last week was a bit interesting, but
A lot
I
of
just want
information
to-
for the history book.
Yes, I just wanted us make a few points about the whole world changes. For as a matter of fact, when you look at Biden being 78 and being president, the world has changed so much because the U.S. population is currently approaching 330 million. Compared to 135 million when Biden was born. And when you look at in 1972, Biden entered the Senate. And we're talking about, as I said,
Was he one of the youngest senator too when he entered?
Yes, I think so. I think
And
he
then
was
now,
one of the youngest.
we have the youngest senator also who was sworn in also a couple days after. Yes.
And the interesting thing about it, 48 years after, because when Biden entered the Senate, he was 30. And then, you know, it was an all-white Senate almost 48 years ago. But the interesting thing about it, in terms of, again, history, that when he will first address the joint session of Congress, there will be in the history 2 ladies behind him. The president, the vice president, and the Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
Normally, over the years, you have 2 male or a male and a female. So history have created there that he will have 2 ladies behind him, being the vice president and the president of the Speaker of the House. You know, but so much has changed over what would I said, over 48 years since he has entered the House, because
the House actually, you're right. The Congress.
Yeah, the whole Congress. You know, the national debt has soared in Biden lifetime from 72 billion to 27 trillion dollars. And in the recent phenomena, when I look at the debt, for the country, it's startling. That was said, looking at 72 billion to 27 trillion dollars.
Yeah.
You never would have think you'd be using $1 trillion because we grew up talking about million
and billions,
and then we go to billion.
Mm-hmm.
So it end up in a situation. Yes, so we are talking about trillion now, and let us hope it the money stop there. But I just like to just touch a little bit on the 22-year-old Amanda Gorman.
I'm telling you,
because
she gone out our reach right now.
Yeah, a lot of person didn't know that she also made history again, because in 2014 she was named the first youth poet laureate of Los Angeles, and 3 years later she became the country's first national youth poet laureate.
Yeah.
So she have done well, and she have also written tribute to black athletes for Nike, and she has 2 book deals with Viking children books. The first work, the picture book, Change Sings, came out later this year. So a lot of persons might just saw her and just figure that she just appear. She have been doing work at 22. She have been doing some work, and that she need to be commended for.
Oh yes.
The funny thing about it, a lot of people didn't know that Jill Biden was the one that recommended her.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Oprah.
No. Jill Biden was the one that recommended her, and I think a lot of people didn't even get the title of her poem. That was The Hill We Climb. Because people listened to the words and didn't even know in terms of what was the title of her poem. And she also joined, other persons before her, like Robert Frost and the ever popular Maya Angelou.
Yeah.
The fun thing about it, the On the Pulse of the Morning, written in 1993 inauguration of President Bill Clinton, went on to sell more than 1 million copies when publishing a book. Also, other person who read at the inauguration, Elizabeth Alexander and Richard Blanco, both of whom Gorman have been in touch with. So she have been inspired by persons before her.
Yeah.
And as you know, many of us today owe our accomplishment because we stand on the shoulders of great persons. And this is one of the things I always say to people. We must not forget that persons have made sacrifice for many of us are where we are today. So we are standing on the shoulders of great persons who have made a sacrifice. And today, as I said, many of us are reaping the benefit of the sacrifice of many persons.
Absolutely.
The usual thing, we never plan the corn, but we reap it.
True thing, that. So January is the month for a lot of history.
Yeah, I just didn't. Yeah.
I just want to Yeah, I just want to add to the activities of the week. And that yesterday we attended the launch of a new book by of Barbados. This person, was very instrumental in the old Marcus Garvey era coming up, So there's a new book out by another Caribbean person writing about us,
Well,
our thing out here for us.
Yeah, and as I said, that's an effort needed to be applauded because for too long, they have given his story, not our story. And that's what I always say about history. It is his story because the funny thing that I always said is not funny when the rabbit or the lion have the gun. So when the hunter has it, it is his story. Mm-hmm. But when the lion or the rabbit have the gun, it's a different story. And ever so often, we hear books have been written, an account of events that take place that so many times are inaccurate because some is second-hand information, and the persons who are there never get a chance to tell the story because persons who weren't there or get second-hand story rush to put out the story. And so with that story gone out, it contaminates the truth. So by time, even if you to come out with the truth, then that's one of the things that have been said over the years. The lie being perpetuated for so often become the truth. And it's difficult after that for you to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because people will say, the first thing they will say, a lie I tell. So it's a good look when us from the Caribbean can write our story, not his story, our story, because we live it. We are part of it. And on another note, what we were saying about Larry King, that gentle giant of broadcasting, we have lost. He died at 87. And as you know, Larry has spread his wing. Larry was one of those Rasparo, a former person who were trying to run for office. He used, I think, I'm just trying to remember, Rasparo. The fun thing about it, he made his announcement of running for president on Larry King show.
Yes.
Yeah. It's amazing that it was 1992. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rasparo said that he is going to run in the presidential candidate, and he did it on the show.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of persons use the show to express things, to tell the truth behind some of the scandals or things that are happening. And so Larry King was one of those shows that if you make it on it, then you arrive.
Yeah.
No, but Teddy.
Yeah.
In 1974, when I went to Canada, Larry King was king of talk radio,
Yeah, but he was as nationwide.
And that is 50 years ago.
Yeah, but you see the thing that gave Larry King the break was CNN when Ted Turner approached him and asked him to Ted Turner offered him a slot on at the time CNN was a young network, And so the Larry King Live started June 1, 1985, and it became CNN highest rated program. So,
but at that,
as a matter of fact,
time, Larry King was already a giant at that time, you know.
Yeah, he was definitely, and so Ted Turner, being a visionary, decided to say, let him offer. Cause remember, Larry was radio. This is television.
Yeah.
And,
radio,
and the good thing about it, but the good thing about it is that with television, it increases both his viewership and his listenership, because now persons get a chance to see what he looked like. Because remember, when you listen to the radio, you conjure up your idea of what the person look like by what they sound like. Right.
Yeah.
So when I look at Ted Turner, and I mentioned he being a visionary, when he came up with the concept of every hour on the hour news, all news station, people laughed at him. They say it will never work.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And look at it now. Look at CNN now. You know what I mean? CNN International, CNN Europe, CNN Africa. You see?
And you know, because of CNN, a lot of local.
They have more news that they can broadcast. Mm-hmm.
Because of CNN, you know.
More news now that they can broadcast.
Yeah. Hmm? Yes, as you were saying, Franco.
I said because of CNN, a lot of local stations are now giving you news like every half an hour too as well.
Because what they did, they said that I just said the template. They set it, and again, they become a credible source. As the saying goes, if it's not shown on CNN, that means it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
But what Larry King, like I said, remember at his 25th anniversary in June 2010, that's when he said that he would be retiring from the show 25 years after he started on Larry King Live. But he have done a great work. We like to look at what he have accomplished over the years and not in his past, because he had some dark spot in his past, and we're not going to judge. As I said, don't judge a man by what he was, but by what he is. And he have done well for the landscape of broadcasting. So Larry King, again, we salute his work, and we salute him as a person. So as we made mention, last week was an interesting week in terms of, as I said, things happening globally. And I know there's a lot more that happened globally that we are not able to touch on. But I am glad, and I said one thing, I'm glad that I'm here as part of that history about the inauguration. I'm able to see the work of Larry King, you know. Larry King was like the Ian Boyne of Jamaica profile here. A lot of person in Jamaica yearn, and their ambition is to sit in the chair with Ian Boyne on profile here in Jamaica. And I take it there were a lot of persons in the United States wishing and hoping and have aspiration of sitting in the chair next to Larry King. But unfortunately, that will never happen, because both persons, both Larry King for the United States and Ian Boyne for Jamaica, no longer with us.
Well, there's going to be others who going to come along and continue. Because there's some, there's some good ones out there now.
Yeah, man.
You know, I know, right? I will speak. They're setting them up to continue. You know, in those.
No, it have to do. You know, it have to do. You know, you call it the circle of change, or or the circle of life. Because let us look at it. The four persons who speak, and mostly is a Democrat who does the poet. A lot of people don't even recognize that. Most of the Democrats do it. And the four persons who have spoken at the inaugural of the president, the Democratic president. The funny thing about it, look at it. Amanda Gorman was the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean, so things are changing. The tapestry, the different political landscape are changing.
Yeah. So the last 12, it just take 12 years and things just change again. Boop.
yeah, just look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just look at that. One of the most, when I saw a photograph of President Obama fist bumping, Kamala Harris. Check this out. The fist bump is an ethnic symbol among black people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, check it out, it's not white people do it. It wasn't white people who came up with it. It was black people who do the fist bump. The fist bump is what we call acknowledgement, respect, greetings.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? And here it is, the two persons who have held the highest office in the land is doing what we call it a cultural thing that resonates with black people. Do you understand? It wasn't the hug, mm-hmm. It wasn't the handshake.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm getting at, Franco?
Yeah.
They are doing something of their generation and their ethnic background. Now, that photograph, that look at the president, a black man, and the vice president, a black woman, right? Remind me of the photograph of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X when they met in the lobby of the hotel,
okay.
And the photographer took that picture.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing about it, that was the first time Malcolm X and Martin Luther King met face to face. And you have said both are total opposite.
Yes. One non-violence.
And that foot.
And the other one said, "Nah, turn the cheek if a man hit you, beat him."
By any means necessary.
Yeah.
That was what Malcolm X was noted for. By any means necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And so that photograph of Obama and Harris within, I just said, within a short space of time, This is not like 20 years after.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. This is a president who stayed in office for 2 terms.
Yeah.
And then shortly after another term, you have a black female vice president in the history. So you can just imagine the acknowledgement of both persons. It's like I would have titled it, "Yes, we are here."
Mm-hmm.
We are here. That is what I would have.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I would have entitled that photo. The title of that photograph.
And funny, since you mentioned that the picture between Martin and Malcolm, there is a movie now streaming right on Amazon Prime, I think. Yeah, Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Named One Night in Miami, and that One Night in Miami, 4 the greatest black men meet up together: Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Sam Cooke, and Jim Brown. At the time, they were the best. They were the best at the time during the 60s.
Yeah, the best of their craft.
Yep, and just one night, all four of them spent together in Miami. But because of the COVID, this movie don't hit the big screen. It's streaming, So anyone who want to watch it, check it out on Amazon Prime. It's a good movie. One Night in Miami.
Yeah, man, he's not interested. As I said, and what? Is only Jim Brown out of that is alive?
He's alive, yeah. Only Jim Brown.
Yeah, yes. It's interesting. We, as I said, we have to start do our stories. We have to start tell our stories because for too long it has been told by other persons who are not active participants there. So seeing that we were there, we have to now start tell our stories. And like I said, just back here in Jamaica, things not looking too good for us. One of the institutions that is well respected here in Jamaica, the Jamaica Defense Force, has been investigated because of a situation of an officer having a relationship with a private, and it tarnished the image. The army don't condone certain behavior. Yeah, it's not an officer and a gentleman. This is an officer
and a private.
and a private. And
Teddy,
yes,
you have to add that in recent times Jamaica have male and female soldiers. Because at one time we did not, but we do now.
Yeah, man. But you see, when the army took in the female soldiers, many of them were more into administrative and medical and all of that. So the whole good thing about it now, they are becoming combative. They as a matter of fact, I was watching a ceremony via television and seeing that the squad commander, was a female and she was shouting out just like a male. You know what I mean? So, a lot of change, especially in the army, because to be honest with you, the army was like a boys' club and it didn't open up itself for female. And remember, a lot has to put in place to accommodate females.
Oh yes.
Because when the army set up, it didn't set up. It's just like, for example, it took a while for the Coast Guard, because the Coast Guard was then commanded by a female. And so when you have a post, an all male, you have to configure it to accommodate females. Certain things that you have to put in place for female, you don't have to put in place for male. So the female have made a tremendous impact on both the Coast Guard, the Army, and the Air Wing. So it's one of those institutions that have been respected. And one ex-colonel from it says when somebody go on leave in the army without approval, he has to face both military punishment. Unlike we call it in the army, you have like I say, if somebody just go and take a day without even getting it approved, is a problem. They in civil world, you can just take a day off and just go in, but in the army it don't work like that. You know, you face disciplinary measures.
Oh yeah.
Right. So what is happening when situations like these come about? It cannot tarnish, because person have respect for the army, and so it's not a good look right now for what is happening pertaining that investigation and that thing. Is not a good look. Sometime later last year, also, where guns were missing.
So what? The private is a female or a male?
Yeah. The private is a female.
Okay.
Right. And so what they were saying, that the officer who is a lieutenant, he ought to have known better. But where the problem come in is that the female.
So what about love? What about love?
No. You see, what you're getting at, flavors, is not gonna work. You see. You know, I mean, you're going to say that love don't know no boundaries. You know.
Of course not. Of course.
Yeah. No. You see, one of the things that caused the problem, is that they were involved sexually in the car park on the company compound.
Oh, so it's a fling them off there. And then
right,
relationship.
That is rude. That can't be tolerated.
Yeah, I know relationship.
Yeah.
Them have a fling.
Yeah, what they were saying is that the private was punished, and the officer was, well, they said they're investigating and he's going to be before the defense staff.
Yeah.
So, the usual thing, what is melt out to him is different from what is melt out to the female, because she was in we'll call red fence for a couple of days.
Oh.
Yeah.
She have a better defense than him, She can't say fear of her boss.
Hold on. Franco,
yeah.
I am not going to go there with you, because I see where you're going to talk about. Because next thing you're going to tell me that, he had to go in because of his superior level.
No, but so she have a better defense. Anyway,
she complied to orders.
Yeah. Anyway, I want since we're touched upon what do you call it now? Some executive institution. Someone brought to my attention this morning. I said, let me find out from Teddy. If Teddy have any idea, know anything what's going on in the football circle with the JFF President and Players Association. Yeah, you know anything what's going on?
You just said that, and yesterday newspaper, the headline said beyond our means. Mike Ricketts claimed that JFF unable to pay players what they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a very thorny issue.
Yeah.
And I don't dabble too much into that.
Okay.
So I cannot say much. But I know a lot of things being taking place.
Early in the week, Teddy, Ricky said that all the players would be paid before they started the new set of games. He actually said that. They had a meeting with the Players Association and everything was fine.
Yeah, but
so who's to believe?
All right, put it this way, Flavius. The administration of Ricketts, right? Michael Ricketts' administration have been going through a lot of uncertainties and credibility have been damaged. It's not, for the little that I know and observe during we call news item or sport item, is his administration is coming underneath too much questionable thing, because as far back as even when the girls were qualified for the World Cup, and then there was this big issue of payment and all of that, and money that was given and money was not given, and members of the executive that were given passes to come to the World Cup, and somebody like Marley's daughter, Sidella, who was very instrumental in taking them over, were not given tickets to be at certain section of the World Cup. His administration.
She was not given accreditation. She could not even go to the hotel where the team was.
Yes.
That's how bad it was.
And then there were other members of the administration who ought not to be there was there, and too many things. His administration is coming on a too many shady things, right? And your friend from down, or the president, I think is Clarendon. The Flavors.
Clarendon is where Rick is coming from. It's probably St. Anne. Yeah.
St. Anne, yeah.
Yeah.
And he lashed out against him, and I can see where the administration blocked him in certain things and being vindictive and all of that. So for me, I don't have enough in terms of, but from the little that I have seen and heard, Ricketts' administration is not doing a good job. So if you were to put them, evaluate them on a scale of 1 to 10, they wouldn't pass 3.
I would give them about a -5.
Yeah, even with the Alandelo son and the leaking of the tape and all the mess there is, you know, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. You know, it's a bad look. That's one thing I can say.
One of the worst things I've seen, right? Apart from the girls going to France and the whole travel thing was a total chaos. They were invited to Japan for the opening of the Olympic Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And they're planning having them travel for 2 or more days and to play the game the day after.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That means that they don't understand nothing about flying, nothing about jet lag. And
because as I rightly said, all of that logistics should have been put in place and bear in mind. Yeah. Hello.
That's something.
Yeah, but he's there.
They must have excellence. They must have them on
Big Flavors, I get some delay.
Yeah. No, like I said, I don't want to talk too much about Ricketts administration because, like I said, I like to put things in perspective in terms of having the facts and all of that. So, I just, my comment is just from what I've heard via sports report and what I've seen in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Teddy,
but in terms of feedback, yeah. Go ahead, Flavors.
The football thing is one thing, you know. What about table tennis?
Oh,
this
that's
is the biggest chaos I've ever seen.
Oh, I don't want to. No, Flavius. No, Flavis,
Yes.
I don't want to enter that because, like I said, I don't want to enter a conversation when I don't have the facts and all of that. What, with regards to the table tennis, is what I see on the news, where you have two bodies.
Me too.
Of,
Me too.
Yeah,
Yes.
it doesn't argue well. It doesn't argue well. It showed total disunity. You know?
Oh, yes, totally. Yes.
And right, and somehow the ministry or somebody should have intervened and clear it up. But that is it. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, Teddy, the players and the country are suffering because of it. Because nothing is happening now, you know.
Yeah, we know. No. But it is the body. No.
The sports foundation, the sports foundation who funds them to the most part, have withheld all funds now until they sort themselves out, and this is going more than 2 years.
But it's not supposed to be that way. You know, the point I'm saying, Favors, why withhold funds and sorting itself out? If I am the one that is giving you money, that means you have to come at the table and sit down with me to sort it out.
I agree.
That's the bottom line.
Agree. Yeah.
I can't leave because both of you are not agreeing. So where is the compromise? Where is the common thread? So if I have to wait until you sort it out, it means you need somebody who is neutral. I am neutral because I am giving you funds to carry out something that both of you love. So then that's where I say that they should have sat at the table and said, look, when we finish the discussion, we must have one accord. Full stop. One accord. And that's it.
Yeah.
If you want container funding, we are not going to ask you to resolve it. I am also going to put in terms and conditions of how you get the funding and how you ought to behave.
Yeah, the bad part about it, Teddy, is that what is being shown now is that the emphasis is not on the players, but on the administrators. They are putting themselves first. Everybody's fighting to be leader, and nobody's thinking about the players who need to be playing and all these things.
Well, isn't it a reflection of what's happening? No, hold on. Isn't it a reflection of what's happening in the country, where people are putting themselves on the party first before country?
Of course.
There you go.
Every time.
Come on. It's time we I just said it's time we straighten. Yeah.
They don't do every second like this now. Like the football, something somehow. Them can't allow it to go on because it seems like it's catching on. Everybody moving in that direction now.
It's sad though. It's sad and it has to be addressed.
It's very sad. Very, very sad.
Yeah.
And the football is dying because of what is happening in the football. And the table tennis has died, basically.
Yeah, because
both of them depend on life support, right?
You want to call a general meeting. You want to call a general meeting, and it's two different secretaries for the same organization calling two different meetings. So how that going to work?
Oh boy,
how will that work?
I just said,
and nobody's letting up. Nobody's letting up. You know, everybody.
Yeah,
me.
Yes, Teddy. Be a mix up. Be a blend up.
Yeah, right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. And like I say, we are, we just do it over and we just asking everybody who is listening to have a very productive week. And remember, always ask, no matter how you say it, Allah, Jesus, whomever you call upon, remember, he's the man with the hunger, and he has the title. So therefore, let us give praise and give thanks as we go through this week and ask for guidance and protection, So again, as I said, we do it all over again next week. So, gentlemen, have a productive week and stay healthy.
Likewise, sir. Likewise.
And from here on, Franco, let us use the magic jack.
Oh yes, I lock it in already.
Yeah.
All right. Then.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, man. Bless. That was Teddy Laidley. I'm gonna give you a piece of this tune and then I'll come back to you in a minute.
Yeah, man. The maddest, the baddest, and the greatest. All of us. Brando, tell them, come now, Jamaica.
Music from Elson Brando.
Jamaica.
Out of the Michael and Tony Bell production.
Jamaican rise like the morning sun. Shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light. Just rise like the morning sun. Shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light. It no matter where you come from, you know we ready. It no matter where you go, you know we dead. Ready man, ready, and you know we heavy. Up a lane, down a lane, through sun and through rain. Stand up is up, no matter fall in vain. We no want no alibi and we no want no complain. It is a shame, but no matter call no man name. Too much sorrows and too much pain. Just rise like the morning sun. Shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light. Just rise like the morning sun. Shine like the star at night. No man, no more than done. We have to be like a beacon of light. Don't deal with love fall like rain. United we stand, but divide is not the same. We want love in the house, in each and everywhere. Cause right now we have to find extra gear. Cause the journey is long and the ending not near. Desolate places, sometimes we happy because we hunting. Because the food have to share. Come say we coming up this year. Just rise like the morning sun. Shine like the star at night.
Music from Elson Brando. Big tune. Michael, this is a big one. This one is a boom shack. So with that, we come to an end. Flavius, give me your 1 cent. 30 seconds. Flavius, give me your 30 seconds.
I mean, on the weekend, I think they'll send it to YouTube, where somebody saying that they have a product now that you can spray in your nostrils and it will kill any coronavirus that is there, that is starting out there.
Is that FDA approved?
I am very interested in that. It's probably not a US product.
Is it WHO approved? Is it worldwide approved?
I would imagine so. But that is the first time since all this thing started that I have seen anything that says it will kill the COVID-19. The first time. I don't know if it's good or not, but it's the first time somebody's coming out and say, yes, this will kill. I think that is very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm going to investigate it some more, but I think that is very, very interesting.
I chuckle because of what you're saying about so many things out there. People are come up with so many things, but hey.
Yeah, but this I don't know. But this one look very official.
May I stick to my grandmother remedy? It works so far.
I don't think it's far from your remedy. I don't think it's far.
Way far from my grandmother remedy.
What they're saying is that the corona will go in your nostrils of that way that is its entry point. So if you can kill it at that stage before it go any further.
You know,
Okay.
Vicks, man, you can't do it with Vicks, too, man. You just throw some Vicks
That's what I'm saying,
in a container and throw hot water on it and put a towel over your face and bend down.
Right, that's what I'm
Inhale.
saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I say. It's close to. It is close to your remedy, but the point is not the remedy, you know. The point I'm making is that the first time in this whole thing that anybody ever say this can kill.
They know my grandmother thing now kill corona a long time and away attacks, man.
Yes, but
it's just that we now put it out the public for make people know say this kill corona.
Of course. Lots of stuff, because there's also the idea of using onion, keeping onion close to you.
One president did come out and say if we get disinfectant and then put it through tube and run it, that should kill it, right?
That will kill you. That will kill you.
So where all them people are come up with it, by all our whatever say we kill we know our homegrown remedy. Saying that'll work. That'll work. May I stick to the evil one. May I stick to the evil one. Me know. Simple as that. Anyway, folks, with that we come to the end of another Real Stuff podcast. And we're gonna do it all over again. So tomorrow we're gonna have our guests. James will be here tomorrow, right?
No, not tomorrow. It's supposed to be Wednesday. He hasn't confirmed yet, though.
Okay.
No, we have somebody else for tomorrow, man.
All right. So we'll do it all over again tomorrow. Yeah. And with that, we ask you to take care of yourself and make sure, say, you look after yourself the right way as well. Saying,
yeah, man, keep your home sterile.
We have Kioma tomorrow, right? That's who we have, Kioma. And Kioma is who coming to do what tomorrow?
Well, you're gonna talk about his activities, what he does.
All right.
He's into right things and all these things. Yeah.
All right. Another big time writer.
Yeah.
All right.
I think so, yes.
So we thank those who are in the chat room this morning, like Michael, Talet, and we have also in the chat room Toughis. And for those who didn't participate, we thank you also for taking time out of your schedule. So we ask you to like, share, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, no man. What you wait for? Subscribe to the thing, man. Okay? So that whenever we're on, you'll get the notification. Boom. Make sure you click the bell too as well. And we ask you to take care of yourself, your loved one. Remember, prayer changes things regardless of what religion you belong to. Continue to pray. We're going to have Queen Lubafo with the Garfuna, our father, and then Tafina to take us out.
You lead us to Fula. You belong far away away. Ajugwala Lebabu Seru. Lida Mua, Lida Sungfula. Lida Mua, Lida Sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me do what say me if it go flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away myself. Have to take away myself. I have to utilize thy wings. Surely I leave where I is. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. But this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play. But soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel hide like a thief in the night. May I forget all the
Well,
sight.
unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.